Our friends here, new friends from Byron Bay, but we're kind of connected because a young couple just moved to our church, Sean and Kate Hoyt, and they love you guys, and they love Australia. They love you guys. They keep talking about something exciting. To me, these are like spiritual relatives. See? And I feel like I'm related to you too, so get used to me, okay? I'm in the family. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family because God already chose us. Hallelujah. Okay, well, it's great to be here. You know, thank you for that word. I was not aware of any. I just figured, great, I found out about it and it's already solved, that there was a problem. Yay! So, but I believe that we have the most wonderful staff. I mean, we just have the most wonderful culture in our church. It's just, there's joy there and freedom. But we are, like you, pressing ahead. So whenever you press ahead, as Ann talked about, we compress the resistance. And it becomes more intense and even at points violent. And you feel like we must be making a mistake. We must be making a mistake. And then break through. You know that the great story is okay, this product will change your life. Okay, that's my advertisement. Okay, so it's true, it will. Bill Johnson told me that I should, really believe in my product, and I do. It'll really radically change your life, but I just want to go with the flow here. So there's this point where the resistance is so great and people die trying to get through. Now, and I'm actually thinking of the sound barrier, the story of the sound barrier. In the late 30s and 40s, with prop planes, pilots, especially with turboprop engines, they could approach the speed of sound. But when they got there, the planes literally shook apart, and a lot of pilots lost their lives, and people didn't know what was on the other side of the sound barrier. Now, in English measurement of 750 miles an hour at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 centigrade, I think it's like 1,207 kilometers per hour. And but anyway, so they didn't know. They wondered. There were all kinds of theories like, yeah, if you get to the other side, your heart will stop beating. And really, people believed that, and no one knew. And the dials would break, and planes would crash, and so, anybody in their right mind would just settle back and say, man is not designed to travel at supersonic speed. And the cables would stretch under an application here. So they redesigned this Bell X1 with hydraulic controls because, some of you that run heavy equipment, you know that hydraulics will not allow compression or stretching to any great degree. And so there's this plane that's designed, they're going to take it up in another plane and launch it already at speed so it can get up to the sound barrier with fuel left to push through. And so Chuck Yeager on the morning of October, whatever it was, 14th, 1947, was out riding his horse. And, you know, you can imagine, a guy who's a test pilot is a bit of an adrenaline junkie. Would you agree? You know, he's the guy, like, they didn't have ATVs then, you know, little four-wheelers or motorcycles, but he's the kind of guy that would have, you know, gone off the cliff and broken. Anyway, so he falls off his horse and he breaks his rib. And so, you know, but he doesn't want to miss this chance to make history. So he goes home and he wraps himself up really tight. And he wears his big, you know, test pilot jacket, because, you know, pilots had to wear warm clothes back then. And so he's in the plane and there's are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You know. So there's a spirit of a warrior there, that even though he's been wounded, and this kind of raises the odds, like, man, not only would you get killed, but you'd already in pain and then get killed. And so he gets dropped into this little tiny cockpit on this Bell X-1, and he hits it. And so he gets into this environment at the sonic barrier, where all the sound waves are pushed and amplified into these really strong waves, and there's shaking going on, and he punches it. And he punches through, and as he goes through, of course, there's the first sonic boom made by man up to that point. There were sonic booms were created by, actually, thunder is a sonic boom. When you hear thunder, it's the sonic boom of the lightning heating and contracting the atmosphere, you know, this. And so he creates man-made thunder as he punches through. And what happens is all that power that was killing people and opposing, this barrier of supersonic flight remaining is now dragged behind the jet in a cone of power. This is what happened to Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat, and I don't know if it's First Chronicles 20:20 or Second Chronicles 20:20. I think it is Second Chronicles 20:20. It's the 2020 vision. You know, which says, believe the Lord, you'll be established. Believe his prophets, and you'll prosper or succeed. But Jehoshaphat had started out bringing revival. He was restoring the lost glory of the Lord to Israel, and things were getting better and better, and people were worshiping and godly, and they had developed a culture of devotion to the Lord in Israel. And so, you think, wow, it's great, nothing but blessing. Well, here's what happened. I think I'll turn there. This isn't my message. Hopefully I'll get back to my other message, because it's on transition.